just laid it out. This is why I got him 1. This is why I got him 2. And that's why I sat there and was like, you know what? I respect that shit.
You got to respect the way he ordered it.
Reason why.
Now, I asked you a question. I said, who is a better clutch shooter? You said Kobe. I said, who has the better percentage? You said LeBron. I said, who has the most clutch shot? You said LeBron. Now, if you're LeBron, how are you convincing anyone that Kobe is a bitch clutch shooter? What are you saying? Like, how are you proving this? If nobody ever seen these two play, how do you prove it to that person?
Do we have to show them highlights?
Do we have to look at the film?
Do you want to show them highlights? If we never seen them play, do they get to see highlights?
Yes.
So they get to see highlights of Kobe's moments of hitting clutch shots?
And then you
compare it to
but
LeBron?
you got to show the other one too, right?
Yeah.
So
if we base it on that alone, Kobe's definitely.
So if one has 100, one has 50, one is shooting at a 40%, one is shooting at a 6%, how do you like
one of them at the buzzer, Gilbert? At the buzzer, game.
Buzzer beaters is different things than clutch.
Like, game? No, it's not. It's the definition of clutch.
If I say who's a better free throw shooter, what are you going to use to determine that? A percentage, right? But how do you want to use percentage on one thing, but then you don't want to use it on another? That's the problem.
We do.
Use it all.
We do. It's called 6-0 in the finals.
But yeah.
You don't like that percentage, right? You don't like that percentage.
You don't use the Kareem and Bill Russell resume to be the number one.
Everyone's you're supposed to use everyone. You can't pick and choose what you want to use. I just said Bill Russell number 1. I just gave you how do you choose who shoots a better free throw. You're just going to go straight to percentage. You're not going to go off of how it looks. You're going to go off of the percentage. That's how it. You only want to change it.
So if the guy that only shot 1 for 1 that's shooting 1,000%, is he the greatest free throw shooter of all time, Gilbert?
No.
Is he shooting at 100% from the free throw line?
But he shot 1.
He hasn't missed. So will the percentages count or not?
So one shot more shots with a higher percentage.
What he just did was called a logical gap. When they know what you're saying, but they go way far off because they know they can't make sense with logical explanations.
Who's in the front of the leaderboard? The guy who has 100%.
So wait.
I'll switch this up. You know, one of the things that I've always wanted to throw at y'all, I've often said this about LeBron at the small forward spot. Give me LeBron for the first 46 minutes.
Oh my God, yo. I always said I hated the last 2 minutes of LeBron, bro. The last 2 minutes of LeBron, trash, garbage, dick here.
Hey.
Last 2
now.
Hey. So how great you gonna be if you gonna sub him out in the last 2 minutes?
Okay.
Huh?
So you think you're better? You think you're better because you played 2 minutes?
Larry Bird.
I need Larry to be on the court. You telling me you need Larry to be a legend, but LeBron will be on the court.
Well, I'm also telling you I trust him more at the free throw line.
Of course. Larry's a legend.
I trust him at the free throw line.
But that's the problem. You're trying to sub in 2 minutes for my 46.
Right.
Because we know you can't take us home.
And you can't play 46.
Thank you.
But I take us home.
You can't play.
But I take us home. Steve don't know how to get here, but he know how to get us back.
And you don't know how to get us there.
He know how to get us back.
But you don't know how to get us
We
there.
don't need to.
That's what I said. Like, I'm lifting 46 minutes to your 2, but you think you're better than me.
That's why we work together.
Nobody's putting Ginobili in front of Tim Duncan.
Why would they?
He finished the game.
They're on the same team. What are you talking about?
Oh my God.
When you said, can you tell me what team? When you said LeBron's 46 minutes, and then you put in Larry, they was on the same team when you did this, right? No. You was thinking about LeBron.
No, what I'm saying is when you talk about the small forward spot,
Yeah.
I think that LeBron James, let's say for example, we're talking about a forward. I think that LeBron James is the greatest ever in that regard, at that position. But what I said was, shit, I saw that damn Larry Bird, bro, in the clutch. You understand? And don't leave him open. Don't let that happen. Don't send him to the free throw line. Don't let that happen. That's how I was looking at it, because I know that physically, athletically, in terms of what you're doing over the course of a complete game, he's not LeBron. But those, when you talk about those last 2 minutes, that's all I'm saying. That's certainly not to pick him overall, but I think about it sometimes like that.
That's in there. That's in there too.
In clutch, when it comes to somebody like Larry Bird, Kobe, Jordan, because for the most part, I've never really seen Larry like that.
Yes. Right? For me, it would be Jordan.
Okay.
For me, it would be Jordan. All day, every day.
Yeah, me too.
I just think he's the greatest ever. And not only that, he did on both ends.
And we never bring that up about Kobe.
And Kobe, we need to do more. We need to more. Because Kobe had some years. Kobe had some years where he was locked down.
All NBA offense, all NBA.
Yeah, he got more, right? Same, right? Ain't the same?
The only player.
Ain't it the same?
In the history.
Like 9 all,
Look that
all
up.
defense?
I need to see that stat. Because I think Jordan got him beat even on that
Yes,
one.
he does.
No, I think
In the decade from 2000
now the decade, so we're taking out 96 to 2000. That's the problem. You can't take out shit, man. Just let everybody
you don't like
be
it. I
what it is.
like doing shit he don't like.
You can't let.
I like doing shit he don't like.
Take out
He's
resume.
supposed to be his favorite player, but he don't like me putting his favorite player at number 1.
No, you got to take out resume.
Like you be glad
because
you
he has
put
Kobe
Kobe
over.
everywhere.
He got
But
Kobe
every
over.
time I bring him up, no, you can't just do that.
Kobe over Jordan. You can't let everybody resume speak for itself.
Here,
Stop
sit in the window.
minimizing this year versus
Don't want
this
me to
year. Like
promote
that,
your
you
favorite
can't do
player.
that. So you can't say from 2000 to 2000. When did he win his last MVP? 2000 to 2009. Kobe was like, you can't do that, man.
So
let
look,
everybody
did that.
let everybody resume speak for the whole resume.
We got to put a pin in this right now, Stephen A. We know you're a busy man. You only got a little bit of time left. You said you want to talk about the Jaylen Brown situation.
Sure.
So let's get into that quickly before we let you go. We got some PF chains here, too. Just candidly, I'm ready to get my grub on. But you are one of, if not the top dog in sports media. Words carry a lot of weight. Obviously, players are affected, impacted by them. You had a previous issue with yourself and Jaylen Brown after a source told you that he was unmarketable.
Yes.
Obviously, you said on episode of First Take.
Yes.
He took exception to, after you shared that information on First Take, he's tweeted, state your source. You've since hashed it out with Brown on your podcast, Stephen A. Smith Show, but is it fair to share information that doesn't have a name attached to it? And how cautious are you before sharing that information from your sources, knowing the impact they can have on players?
Yes, it is fair. And here's what you're not going to like about it. Sports is not nearly as important as healthcare, the economy, inflation, immigration, and all of these political issues, right? When do you see people covering the White House or the state or the nation's capital giving sources? They do it every day. So we're talking about profound issues where people get away without attaching a name to their sources. And these are people that are legislating our lives every day. But we're talking about a Jaylen Brown situation. First of all, let me be very clear. There was never an issue. And I'm going to tell you why. Because what I did was say, this is what they're saying about him. The same exact segment, just so y'all know, because I know y'all got on me about it. I said, quote, I don't believe this. But this is what they're saying, right? So we go to Dallas. His mama, his grandma, and his brother roll up on me. Thank you. That's what they rolled up on me to say. Because they needed to hear it. I was saying to folks, do you understand what's being said about this brother? This brother was literally compromised in the NBA draft because he was too brilliant. They were saying he's too smart. He'll question everything. He's going to challenge us to shit. He's going to expose our ignorance. That's what they were saying about him before he got drafted. And so he comes into the NBA. They are making a run for a title. Before the age of 28, he had been to 5 conference finals.
Damn.
5. The brother balling, averaging over 20 a game. He had just signed for over $300 million and didn't have an endorsement. Model citizen, cares about the community, goes back to Oakland, contributes to that community,